This is a first for me. That's pretty cool. I like that. Hi, I'm Snow, and this is Gas and Go. All right, man, I am just coming across more and more gems in this place. So I walk in, and the first thing as I see is this. Now, it says it's a Harley Police Special, but what happened was Harley was on the ropes, and I believe it was in the 50s. And in order to keep the business going, they made these trikes and they sold them in fleet sales as delivery vehicles. And that literally kept Harley afloat, because right now I'm in Sturgis, right? I came over to, where are we exactly?
Murdo, South Dakota. Pioneer Auto Museum, Murdo, South Dakota.
There you go, the Pioneer Auto Museum. And I saw this, but the point to it is I'm on my Harley, and if it hadn't been for this particular vehicle, Harley wouldn't be around. So, pretty cool example. And it's so cushy and comfortable. This is awesome. Suicide shifter, the whole night. Oh, this is great. All right, you guys. This is muscle car royalty. This is a 1970 Superbird. All right. Now, this car actually has a story to it, but the big thing first, I've never seen an actual Superbird, so I got to take this opportunity here. This is cool. It even has the little road runners inside, the whole nine. But my understanding is that I guess like in the 80s, this car, some kids broke into the museum, moved two cars, aired up the tires, got this thing running, and took it for a joyride. Well, it's a small town. They had to stop for gas and they get busted. So the police say, hey, you want to prosecute these kids? No, I want to hire them. I can't believe they got the damn thing running. This is great. So, take note. This is an actual Superbird. This is not a replica. So, man, I'm like a kid in a candy store here. So, let's get a shot of the front, and I'm going to move on and check out some more cars. Let's see another one I want to check out. This, of course, a Viper is nice. It's fast. It's powerful. It's American. But let's check this out. This is a 1970 Dodge Challenger. And this is a very rare car because not many of these Challengers came in convertible. But this guy, the interior is super nice. It's really clean. And from the looks of it, looks like there's a 383 under the hood. So, again, another nice piece, complete with the spoiler, the whole nine. So, I'm having a blast here. Let's move on. Let's check out some more cars. This is a very unique model of a car. This is the 1964 GTO. But what most people don't know is John DeLorean was the head of Pontiac at the time, GM. And he started putting a big block in this, what was considered a mid-sized car. He got in trouble for it. And when they called him onto the carpet, they were ready to just beat him up about it. It was like, how many of those cars did you make? 500. How many did you sell? I got 500 sold, but I got 500 more on order. And GM was like, well, make those cars, but don't do this again without approval. So this is the birth of what we call American muscle. This particular one is a 1964 convertible GTO. For you muscle car enthusiasts, you guys know I'm a Chevy guy, but there is no questioning the fact that this also belongs in muscle car royalty category. This is not just a Shelby Cobra. This is a 428 Super Cobra jet here. So this is a super rare car, 1968 Ford Mustang. This car is literally one of the most classic pony cars ever made, is this Shelby GTO. Ah, nice. All right, let's move on, you guys. As we move on through the museum, I have totally seen some really, really, not just classic cars, but stuff that's very, very rare. And a lot of these cars, if you tried to buy one at a Barrett Jackson type of auction, just example, that Superbird, that thing is going to set you back $400,000 or $500,000. So these are some really, really unique cars. This one in particular, this is the granddaddy of all the GTOs. This one is a Judge, 1970, and notice the ram air hood, and it has the tack, which means it has at least a 400 in it. So this another one, and again, convertible. So this thing has an 8-track player in it. Okay, we gotta check this out. All right, you guys, check this out. Original 8-track tape player. What do you know about that? Ford Motor Company presents. This is classic at its best. All right. Well, let's go check out some more cars. Oh, I'm having a blast today. I'm like a kid in a candy store. All right, you guys. Time for a little bit of history lesson. Now, if you go ahead and pan around the room, look at all those tractors. I mean, there's John Deere, Massey Harris. I mean, you name it, they're all here, right? But this one in particular, we're going to talk about a little bit of history. So this was the original product that Lamborghini made. Not this particular one, but tractors. So Lamborghini bought a Ferrari and he asked Enzo Ferrari to do something. Well, Enzo Ferrari told him, hey, why don't you stick to making tractors? And offended him. So Mr. Lamborghini told his engineers, stop what you're doing. Make me a car that will beat the pants off of Ferrari. And I don't know how many of you know much about Ferraris, but the Lamborghini Murdo is considered one of the most beautiful designs ever. And this is where it came from, a tractor. You guys, this right here is a really special vehicle. Initially, you look at it and you think, okay, yeah, just a Ford Bronco. But this is a 1966 Ford Bronco, and this is the first year they made this truck. So notice here, you'll see it has the fold down windshield, top comes off, and there was an option to put the full top on it. So this super unique vehicle, locking hubs, 4-wheel drive, the whole nine. Not a big truck, but definitely it set the tone for a whole new generation of trucks, like the K5 Blazer and all that stuff that came after it started from this particular model. So this very unique vehicle and one of my favorites here. And this, not a huge fan of Little Red Express, but the fact that there's one here is amazing. And what you can tell when you see the side pipes and this thing, super rare truck. I'm looking at the inside here, and this thing has the original interior, unmolested. This is really a piece of work. And look at the door. Has the Little Red Express logo on the side. So we got some really cool stuff here. Came across a 1947 Ford. Now, the significance of this particular vehicle is that after the war, 1945 was when the war ended, and 46 there was no production, so American automotive manufacturers were gearing up to start selling cars to the public again, because everything up to that point had been for the war effort. So now the first new car as an American citizen that you could buy in America was in 1947 anything. And so this 1947 Super Deluxe Coupe, this would have been the first car, brand new car you could buy after World War II. So again, a lot of significant vehicles here. Man, this doesn't get any better than this. All right, so American Motors, they had their heyday in the 60s and then they trailed off in the 70s. But when racing was big, notice the red, white, and blue livery? Well, this one, a 1970 Rebel. This thing had a 390 in it, and this was American Motor Company's shot at muscle right here. So this thing would get it on the drag strip, hence the factory tap and the hood scoop, and this was their pinnacle in 1970. But this guy, this also had a 390 in it. Now, this is 69, but it's a Rambler. So it was one size smaller than this, and this thing was probably just as fast, if not faster, than this car in 1970. They tuned this one differently, give it a little more horsepower, but this car was significantly lighter. So two amazing vehicles. I'm looking inside this car and I see factory 4 speeds, and the interior looks just like it did coming out of the factory. So again, huge treat for me. So I'm going to look at some more cars here. This is a 1969 Torino. My first car was a 1974 Ford Gran Torino, but this one is special. If you notice here, 428. This super rare car, 428 Cobra jet, factory 4-speed. This thing is the body is in amazing condition. I'm looking at the interior, original style interior. This thing is definitely a diamond in the rough right here. This right here is a genuine treat for any car aficionado. Now, I've never actually seen a 1953 on the road. And to be honest, I've never actually seen a 1954 in person. This is a 54 Corvette. It had the Blue Flame 6. And notice you don't see any door handles. That's because the door handle is inside, if I can make it work. Oh, I think it's locked. But okay. But the door handle's inside. This, when I first saw that, I was like, how do you open the door? Inside. And convertible, original dash, and this interior is in perfect condition. There's no rips, no tears. This thing is in awesome condition. Loving this museum. Got the bullet tail lights. The exhaust sticks out through the body. This thing is crazy. And the chrome and everything's in really good shape. This just needs to be polished up, and she's ready for the road. All right, you guys. I am super excited here. Never thought I would see this. Those of you that follow me and follow us at Revolt Systems know we are building a 1936 Ford Phaeton. Well, come on over here. Look under the hood of this car. This is a 1937 Ford Phaeton. And look at this. Original. This is an airplane engine here. And superchargers. And this looks just like the Cord that we have in the shop. So if you check it out here, let's see. Couple of things that I want you to notice. Has the coffin nose, pop-up headlights, split windshield. And not only do we see one, we see two. This is a great find here. So if you guys ever pass through Murdo, South Dakota, you must stop and check out this place. This is not a car museum. This is more of a show. This, if you're a car enthusiast, there is something here for you. I've seen American Muscle. I've seen classic one-offs. I've seen electric cars from 1914 here. So they have a little bit of something for everybody. So come by, check it out. Pioneer Auto Museum, Murdo, South Dakota.